Welcome to YT101. So today we're still on corporate event management. For now, it's about venue conceptualization. Venue conceptualization. Okay, let's go. Okay, now. Right. Okay, nice. Okay. Right. In order to create an event design to fulfill your client objective and everything that they hoped it would be, right? So it's important to begin with an event vision to determine what is most important for the client. Okay, remember, an event is made tailored for the client. It's not for you. The event is not for you. Okay, it is for the client. They pay money for you to design an event for them to get profit out of it. Okay, now event visualization. Event visualization is after event objective have been set out, it's your starting point to design an event. Yeah. So when the client gives you a proposal and they want you to do this kind of event with the objective and also the goals and objective, then you start to play around with the idea of how you want to design the event. Yeah. So you got to map out your event vision. Yeah. To map out your event vision is for sure you have to see the budget being given to you. Okay. As an event planner, you need to have the budget, and the budget comes from your client. Yeah, your client. Okay, next. Okay, elements of the event. Okay, right. The first thing what planner or event planner is always going to be doing is looking at the big picture. Okay, you got the idea, you got the objective from the client. Client want you to do this, this, and this. So now you're gonna see it in the big picture. Right? Visualization must take place before you finalize your event date and even begin to look at the venue. Okay, before everything starts, you have to visualize. Okay? Visualize using your experience, of course. When you got experience, then you can visualize how big is the hall going to be, how many people are coming, what can you expect from them, and how going to be the traffic flow and everything, the safety aspect. So you got everything in your mind to visualize, and it's all based on your experience. That's why the best event planner, that must have a long history of experience. That's the best. Now it's important to step back and take an overall look at the event requirements that carry most of the costs. The best way to do this is to lay out everything on a grid, and provide, because it will provide you a valuable insight on the budget, the timing, logistics, how to orchestrate everything. Just like you want to orchestrate a symphony, and each of the symphony players have their own function. The same thing. So this is how an event planner doing. Map out everything, lay it on the table, and see what works best for the event itself. Okay. Right. Essential must have. Event must have. Things that is considered important for the event. For example, if your event is in Kochi and you want to invite everyone around the world, if possible, to come to Kochi for the event, then you have to think about the airfare. Hotel accommodation in Kochi. How many hotels are there? How many inns are there? How many budget hotels are there? You need to know. And also then you got to have the space requirement. Space requirement, for example, the event it's a large scale event, you can do it at BCCK, or if it's a small size event, then you can do at any hotel function hall. Okay, like for example at Pullman function hall at Grand Margarita, Pullman. There's a lot. Every hotel has its own function hall. Okay, it depends on the size. It depends on the size. Yeah, depends on the size. And also meeting, event, function, space requirement. Okay, questions. For example, what would be meaningful to the attendees? Okay, and what would make the event memorable? Okay, memorable to the guests, and what would capture the magic of the message being delivered, right? For example, you want to make it memorable, meaningful, then you can do it somewhere by the beach side, for example. You can do it at Damai, for example, at Damai, or you can do it at Cultural Village, for example. Do whatever approach you want, as long as the event is very meaningful, the event is memorable. For example, the next time when they come back to Kuching and they say, oh yes, we had this event here before, for example. So it's kind of make the guests or make the audience or participant feel something that they can relate. And that's your job as an event planner, to create this memorable experience. Yeah? Now, the environment. Okay, environment important. Yeah? Environment important. Even when planners rush off to choose a venue before they have visualized the event day from beginning to the end, identify their clients, and the event must have to decide which matter most to include, determining of they stand financially, risk of looking the venue, okay, and also one that meets all the requirements of the budget itself. Yeah, right. As we are living in this world and time where events are taking place in venue that are limited only by the event planner's imagination and budget parameter, it is best that you play along with the budget and also don't rush into things. For example, you need to do survey of other places that you can bring your participant for the event, or you bring your audience to the event or the guest to the event. Yeah, not always thinking of, alright, I know I want to do this event, BCCA, okay, because after all, that's the only place that can manage big crowds. But again, if you think out of the box, it's not only just BCCA. You can do it other places as well. As long as it is memorable, it brings out the best out of the participant, and you bring much excitement to them as well. Yeah? Much excitement. For example, they are doing the event at Puncak Borneo. Who doesn't want to go to Puncak Borneo, for example, to see the greenery, to experience the high altitude of Puncak Borneo, for example? These things will make them more exciting compared to the basic standard event doing at hotel, doing at convention center, for example. You have to think out of the box. Okay. Next. Alright. Still under the environment. When looking for a place to hold your event, it is traditional or unique. You will need to consider certain key points when you are laying out the event vision. Yeah? First, location, local, out of the state or out of the country. Okay, your guest list will be a factor to decide your event location. Okay, because when you do outdoor, you do out of, for example, you're doing it out of Kuching City at Damai, for example. You have to understand transportation, accommodation, and the cost. And if you are to stay at Damai Beach Resort, the food, location is far from the nearest. Okay, like this lah. The nearest place that they can buy food or groceries is what? Like what? Hold on, let me remember first. The shopping complex, Maidi. That's far. Maidi is far. Not to say if you want to buy near Santubong or near the village or Buntal, it's still far. Okay, so location. And that's why when you do event outside of city area, you have to understand food and also the accommodation stuff. Yeah. Now, then you have to know the date. What national or religious holidays or other special events are happening. Okay, August we have Hari Merdeka. Then you have Hari Malaysia, September. In between, you must have some events going on between. So you have to look back at the calendar and see what date and time is suitable for your event. Yeah, season. Okay, every season plays a part in your event. Of course, if you talk about overseas, you got your 4 seasons. In Malaysia, you have season, rainy season, and also hot weather season. Not to mention season of haze. But I think haze nowadays, during COVID-19, there are 0 case of haze. So that's good news now. 0 case of haze. Time of day is an important factor. The time and the day. If you choose your event, for example, starting from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's okay. Okay. If you choose your event on Monday, it's a no because Monday, how do we say? Monday, you start your engine for the weekend. Okay. No, you start engine for the weekdays. Okay. So a bit sluggish here and there. So Monday is no. Wednesday, okay, but of course Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the best lah. Okay, Sunday because you're ending the event on Sunday, so when they go home, it is a good time to prepare for the children for the next day, Monday. Okay, example. Whether you are planning an indoor or outdoor affair, okay. Of course, again, if you're doing indoor, you can control the crowd. You're doing outdoor, then the concentration that you want to give to the audience may vary. For example, if you're doing outdoor, some audience may be lost in the environment of outdoor. Okay, so that's why when you do outdoor event, it's not suitable to do to give talk or to give speeches. No, outdoor event is to do activities. That's why first off for event, if you think of doing talk or seminars, do it in the morning. So they sit down and listen to your seminar, a bit of demonstration here and there, and then when afternoon comes, then they go for their lunch and rest for a while. 3 o'clock, then you bring them to outdoor activity. 3 until 5 lah. 3 until 5 because you have to understand participants, some of them are taking their prayers, yeah, having their evening prayers, for example, or you want them to rest for a while, 5, then come back around 7:30 or 8 for the night session. So logically you have to think that way. Okay, logically you have to think that some of them have to go and take their prayer, okay, and then the rest will hold on first, or then they go for the same time for dinner, and after dinner they go for another round of activities. Then you can see there's a balance. Okay, there's balance, right? Now, next. Whether the event is taking place at one place or more than one. Okay, more than one. If it's more than one, then you have to think logistic, and you have to think about the timing. Okay, if it's more than one. If you're talking about virtual event, this could happen where simultaneously all of them are coming together. Okay, let me share you example. Last Saturday, my 2 daughters and the school is having a Zoom meeting. Okay, a Zoom meeting around 8 is regarding ceramah keselamatan kebakaran by Bomba from Siburan. Okay, of course the procedure, sing negaraku, and then prayer because my children are studying at Methodist, mile 10 mile. So after that, start the video. Okay, start the video. Remember, when you're using Zoom, 30 minutes is the maximum, and then you disconnect and you connect back. The event lasted from 8 to 10. So around 8:30, then disconnect and you have to connect. Number one, it's a hassle. Number two, some parents, they forgot to mute the mic so they can listen to their children and everything, yeah? And the connectivity between the school and also at the Bomba station and also with us at home is kind of lagging, yeah? Because it's not only Methodist 10 mile, it's also Methodist at Stutong. So 2 schools and also 1 Balai Bomba Siburan. Okay. And then the moderator, while he was doing his presentation, also not that smooth. Okay, means sometimes the video stuck, sometimes the slideshow stuck, and everything. But the main thing is that the person, the bomba who chaired the Zoom meeting, yeah, he himself stated that he preferred to do physical rather than using Zoom. Yeah? And of course, the things about bomba, about safety, you should do it physical because you need the person to be there and to really talk. And of course, with the aid of slideshow, much better lah. And the person will bring in the equipment, bring in the fire extinguisher and everything. So it's a real situation lah compared to doing Zoom. I'm not blaming the school, whatever it is, just that the method, okay, the virtual event they want to do, they need to plan out beforehand, okay, do some rehearsal, check the line, check the connectivity and everything, then you will do the real thing, invite the parents systematically and end the event with a high note. Okay, example. Okay, so again, that's where you see the event taking places more than one. Okay, by consideration, not all venues are created equal when it comes to their terms and conditions. Yes. Okay, we might see to rent out the whole room at Pullman is considerably affordable compared to doing it the same way with Grand Margarita. Example, you have to understand each hotel has its own rate, okay, and also has its own reputation and has its own brand, you know what I mean? So when you do something elegant like in Pullman, you expect to pay something that is elegant also in Pullman. Example lah, yeah, example. So again, from start to finish is all about budget. Okay, what does have here? We have here mood and energy. Yeah, mood and energy. For example, every event must set off a mood, set off an energy. Okay, that's why an event you must have some music. Food is important because food will change the perception of the people, the audience or the guest that comes to your event. Okay, like what people say, to win a man's heart is through food. Example, yeah. So that's it. Example for that one, yeah. So we want to unleash the energy, positive vibe and everything. Look, even for wedding events, if it based on experience, if band boy, the first song they play is all English song. We understand while the guests are eating, enjoying their food, you can play English songs. Okay? But when you say throughout the whole event until finish everything is English song, then there's something wrong. Okay? Or you play sentimental song which makes people go sleepy. Okay? Start when the MC start off with example, calling the guest name to come upstairs, to come to the stage and sing song, then they start to do upbeat songs ke, ngajat song ke, joget song ke, so to make the event more lively. Because remember, the bride and groom also have to go from table to table to sadong the guests. So you have to create the energy, okay, exciting energy from start to finish, okay, and finish off with maybe a photo session or whatever it is. Example, poor design planning with regards to timing, okay, logistic layout, and also including elements can literally drain energy from the room. Okay, poor design, poor planning. Okay, for example, along the way, not using boy band, using the PA system, and also the DJ console. Let's say along the way, DJ console somehow crash, the system crash. Okay, there's no more song to play, and it's only like 10 p.m. What happened? There's no backup, no nothing. So that's the thing. If you're bringing live band, at least a live band can still play songs, can still do it. Okay, can still do it, and they can play songs without ever waiting for the DJ to scroll and look for songs on the playlist. No, when the boy band plays music, they know what they play, and they have their own set of music. So when the guest requests anak kampung, they know how to play anak kampung. They know these DVDs. So there's a pro and cons between using live band and also the MC. Okay. Now, then you go for the emotional feeling. Okay? The emotional feeling. The event style you select will lend itself to convey the emotions around the event. For example, a romantic style, okay, may evoke feelings of tenderness, softness, intimacy, or wrapped in love, for example. Choose one that will capture the spirit of your event, objective, and emotion. Okay, for example, celebrating 20 years together, husband and wife. So you create this elegant kind of style, kind of event, okay, for everyone to see, everyone to congratulate, everyone to celebrate together. Okay, celebrate together, example. Okay, still under emotional objective, emotional feeling, yeah. Alright, now this is regarding a product or service, Okay, one, know your product, know what your product service you are offered back to front. Yeah? For example, you're promoting an event, you're promoting a product. You have to know from A to Z about the product. So when people ask you about the product, you know how to answer. Example, okay. Your body language, your communication with the prospect buyer. Okay, means when the buyer asks you a question, you don't lean your shoulder or play with your fingers, or play with your leg. You're not sitting straight, for example. So this body language will make your potential customer either listen to you or not. Body language is more important, most important. If we have a negative body language, then your customer will eventually go away. Okay? Two of the most important aspect of positive body language and smiling and eye contact. Come on, when you're doing event that involve selling product or service, you have to put your A game. Smile, okay, dress properly, dress appropriately. If you bold your hair, make sure that it is in good condition. Your hair, you tighten up the hair and everything. Yeah? But yeah, you want to ensure them to buy your product or service. That's it. Make sure to look at your customer in the eye contact. Some customer, they talk to you, but they don't see you. They talk other way. So it's okay, but you have to talk to them straight to the eye. Some people are shy. It depends. Yeah? It depends. Anticipate guest needs. Now, some guests, when they come to the event, they have their own need. They need to be appreciated. They need to be acknowledged. They need to be entertained. So you have to understand the psychology of people coming to the event. Yeah. Always look for ways to go above and beyond expectation of the customer, and to have that feel-good factor important. The feel-good factor will come if you do your event nicely, if you do your event appropriately. Okay? That's about it for today. So to ensure that everything is understandable as a conclusion, okay, visualizing an event is much more important compared to just having the budget or listing out the objective of your client. Okay? Because your client, they can spend money. You are the one to create the event as event planner. Visualize. When you have the visualization, then you bring forth everything, the cost, the budget, the date, and everything, and for sure, you want to evoke the emotion. Every event must bring emotion, must bring meaning, must have something that the audience, the guest, participant will get away. Not get away. Will get in the end of the event. With that, thank you very much. See you in the next class. This is Miss. Bye.